Namaste, yogis. I'm sorry if you feel ill. This class is specifically for people who are recovering from a cold, maybe the flu, and you don't want to do too much other than heal. Now, because this class is restorative, I recommend you have a bolster nearby or some blocks, just because we don't want to be pushing ourselves too far. We're trying to promote healing. I also don't recommend you do this class when you're in the midst of the cold, because you just need to be in bed. Now, for this class, we're going to be trying to avoid any forward folds, keeping our head down too much, because we've got congestion going up there, and we're really trying to make sure that we are restoring our body, and we don't want anything else going on up there than it already is. So the first pose we're going to begin in is a pose called Cobra Pose. So just come down onto your mat, kneeling on the floor, and then bringing your hands forward and lifting up your chest, opening up the legs, and just stay here. Feel that lovely stretch on your back. If you've been hunched up in bed for a long time, then you'll know this is a really nice counter pose. So just find your breath. Maybe just start to move side to side here. Lifting up your chest, taking your shoulders away from your ears. Just focus on one point. Maybe even close your eyes and visualize yourself healing and fighting off this infection. And then slowly come back up onto your hands. Come back. Bring your seat back to your heels, and we'll just take a child's pose here. And if you like, just open your knees to the side of your mat and come down with your forehead onto the mat. And you'll feel that nice stretch in your thighs, and try pushing down your bum towards your heels. Just laying your palms flat out onto the mat. Opening up your fingers. This is a lovely restorative pose. Just find your center here, and then come up onto your palms as we take a tabletop position. Just put your knees under your hips. Don't move too fast here. Your head might still be in a delicate space. Just inhale and exhale. Maybe if you can, just look down to your navel. But always try just to straighten up your spine. But generally in this pose, I'd like you to keep your head facing up. And then do a few circles here. Just get the blood moving. And then back the other way. And then we're going to take a few gentle cat-cows. What I'd like you to do in this version is to try and keep your head up as much as you possibly can and focus on moving the spine. So just inhale Bring your tailbone in and arch your spine, but don't bring your head down too much here. And then exhale, lifting up your head, opening up your chest. Bring your bring your shoulder blades together. It's the drugs talking. Bring your navel down to the floor. Tailbone up. Do that again. Inhale, arch your spine, bring the tailbone in. Exhale. Bringing the navel down, bring the tailbone up. Stretch out your chest. Bring your shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Okay. Now the next pose we're going to do is a pose called a seated twist. So we'll simply cross our legs, and it's the first of our twists today, designed to promote healing. So just here, cross your legs, find your center here. Just relax into this pose. Let your shoulder blades come away from your ears, straighten your spine, keep your head upwards. And then we'll take an inhale, lift our palms above us. And then bringing our right palm down to our left knee, we're just going to twist and look over our left shoulder. Take a few breaths. And then come back to center, lift the palms above you. And then come down with your left palm to your right knee and look over your right shoulder. Take a few more breaths here. And then come back to center, lift your palms above you, and then let them come down to your knees. And now for our next pose, I'm just going to face you so that you can see me more clearly. We'll bring the soles of our feet together and let our knees drop out to the side. Now, it doesn't matter if you're very stiff at the moment, just let your knees drop as far as you can. And if you want to, put a block maybe underneath your knees to hold yourself up, or if you don't have that, maybe a couple of books under each knee. And just let yourself fall into this pose. Now, normally in this pose, I'd say, if you can, walk forward with your palms. And bring your chest down towards the floor. But today, I say keep your chest up, open. Try and bring your shoulder blades towards each other. And sit up straight. Opening up your hips here. Just breathe into your pelvis, into your hips. Open up here. Again, if you've been sat huddled up with a blanket around you, this might feel quite unusual, but very restorative. Take an inhale, exhale. Then what I'd like you to do is bring your right foot out in front of you, and then bring your left foot to the right thigh. So we take a one-legged butterfly pose. So just sit up straight here again. Don't bring your chest forward. And if you do, if you feel you want to take that deep stretch, just keep your head upright. Don't bring it down to your knees. Because it just allows you to get a bit of blood in the hamstrings. Again, you may not have stretched these for a few days. But for those of you like me who are a bit congested, I recommend staying upright. Breathing in and out. And now what I'd like you to do is take a pose we call Lord of the Fishes. So for this, I'd like you to bring your left foot towards your right hip so that your left knee is facing forward, and then bringing your right foot over your left leg towards your left hip so that your legs are crossed a bit like this, and then bringing your right arm up to the sky and just bring the right elbow so that it touches your right knee like this. Maybe have your hand straight, and then just turn around over your right shoulder. And this is another twist to promote detoxification, and it's quite a bit more intense than the seated twist we did before. Breathing in, feeling that pull on your right shoulder blade. Just breathe in here. Closing your eyes if you need to, breathing in into any areas of tension. Inhale, then come back to center. Maybe bring the feet out in front of you, unwrapping the feet. Just windshield from side to side, and you'll notice that nice stretch on your right hand side now. We're going to take it now to the left. So what I'd like you to do is bring your right foot this time to your left thigh as we take a one-legged butterfly, and just sit up straight. Bring your shoulder blades together. Just let yourself fall into this pose. And if you like, again on this side, you might want to walk forward, but keep your head up. But for those of you, again, a bit congested, just stay upright. Just let your right knee fall out to the side. Breathing in here. Visualizing a light coming into you and cleansing your body of the germ and promoting healing. Inhale through the nose, into the head, all the way down to the throat, and breathe out. And then we'll come into our Lord of the Fishes pose, the other side. So this time, bring your right foot to your underneath your left hip, like this, and then bringing your left foot over to your right hip, like so. Just find your position here. Inhale, bringing your hands up to the sky, and then this time bringing your left elbow round to the left knee, or the right hand side of the left knee, and then look over your right shoulder. Breathing in, feeling that nice pull on the left shoulder blade there. Unclenching it. Releasing tension if you feel like you've been curled up. Inhale, come back to center, and then just unravel your legs and have them put out in front of you. Now this is the point where you might want to grab a bolster or your blocks, but you don't really need it because we're not going to go too far given this is a restorative practice. So today I'm going to give you a few options. What I'd like you to do is bring your legs out as wide as you can in front of you. Now this will feel very intense. Down, the inner thigh. And try and keep your feet flexed if possible. Now, option 1 is to have your hands behind you and just bring the shoulder blades together. Option 2 is to bring a bolster or your blocks and just rest your head onto your bolster here and not push too far. And if you want to take it a little bit further, you may be able to move the bolster a bit further down, but not too far, remembering our aim of this practice is to keep the head elevated. So just rest here for a few moments in this pose we call dragonfly pose. If you feel it's available, you might be able to move your feet out a little bit wider, or your legs. And don't worry if you need to bend the knees here, that's absolutely fine. We're here just to slightly push and open up our bodies again, as it will have closed down, to promote healing, and to fight the infection. And then slowly, with control, bringing your head up. And put your bolster or blocks to one side. And then we'll just bring our knees in together, maybe circle them from side to side. And then come into tabletop pose. So here again, what I'd like you to do is take that cat-cow position we did at the beginning. So inhale, arching your spine. Exhale, bringing your belly down to the floor and look up. Good. And then we're just going to slowly come down to our mat. And then just let your knees drop out towards the left-hand side and bring your arms out beside you. And if you can, look over your right shoulder and just do a twist here. Come back to center with your knees and then let them drop out to the right hand side this time, and then look over your left shoulder. And then bring your knees up to the center. And we're going to take our final resting pose, Shavasana. So bring your feet out and let them drop out to the side. Open up your palms and just lie down on the mat. And bring the soles of your feet to the mat, and then drop your knees out to the side, and bringing your palm down to the floor, and push yourself up into a seated position. Looping the shoulders back. Put your hands on your heart. Open your eyes. We say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I really hope you begin to feel better soon. I would love to hear how you got on, how you're now feeling. So drop any comments below. And I'll see you again soon. Namaste.